Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of, I don't know, I forgot, the 24th or something like that. I don't know. It'll be in the title, right? I meant to check after my last reading. I totally forgot. So we are just going to jump right in here. And this first row is just going to be your current general energies, whatever you're dealing with at this time. Then we're going to look at your... anything unexpected that could be coming in for you with this energy right here. After that, we're going to use the Coffee Cup Oracle to see what is coming towards you. So this is anything that could be entering into your life at this time. And in your last row, we are going to see what advice your future self has for you here. It's crazy. All three water signs had something about money showing up. And you have this coins card. So pretty much every single water sign, I don't know, money looks good for water signs. Let's put it that way. And we're also going to pull 5 main themes at the end and see what 5 main themes you could be dealing with this week. In your general energies, you have the submission card and this devotion card here. The submission card, you can see there's this like bird in a cage, but the cage door is open. So I feel for some of you, you need to set yourself free from something here. It's kind of weird. You have this card that says Siren on it. It says a temptation may lead you astray. I'm kind of getting like moon vibes off of that card. On the moon card, there are 2 pillars, and the 2 pillars are a warning to the fool to not get distracted. When he's on his journey. On the moon card, the fool is walking towards the mountains in the background, and that's kind of what's popping into my head for you here. Is like you could be on a journey or walking towards something really good for you. And I feel like this is saying, like, don't get distracted. Same thing with that Siren card as well. You also have this devotion card. This devotion card has been coming up like crazy. And I don't know, I think it's a sign of the times. So if you're looking for love, you could just be obviously looking for something more serious or a person who's more devoted to you. You have the Page of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and the Hierophant here. So, again, could be new love, could be an earth sign coming in for you, could be any sign. This is a general reading, but I definitely feel there could be a new person coming in for you, someone who's very passionate about you. This is the only thing I don't like right here, is going Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands to the Queen of Swords. I'm not sure if this is you or them, so take it how it resonates. But it's like someone needs to be more open here. I feel like someone has been iced out. I feel someone's a little bit frozen. And, it could be because of like a past hurt or something. Obviously, you can't control another person. So if it's them and they don't open up, I mean, that's on them. But if it's you, I would definitely say there could be a good person coming in for you here. Something very passionate. And you do have the Ace of Wands there, which, is fire. So it could be something that thaws this connection out. But I feel like it needs to. You have the 3 of Wands. Like, if you've been learning about expanding into the world, I would just do it with the 3 of Wands. I wouldn't keep thinking about it. With this energy, I always say that 3 of Wands can represent thinking, like kind of waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I do feel kind of like the need to get moving here, Scorpio, for sure. You have the Hierophant as well. I feel like you're just very spiritually connected at this time. Even if we go this direction, Hierophant, Ace of Wands to the 9 of Cups. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He is the connection between the two things. And the 9 of Cups is about bathing in an energy. It's about manifesting things very quickly by, like, if you want love, then by being in the energy of love, you attract love. If by being in the energy of abundance, you attract abundance with the 9 of Cups. And so I feel you're kind of like very connected to the universe at this time. So make sure to be in the energy of the things that you want this week, because really I feel like things are manifesting very quickly. Look, with the Page of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Definitely could be attracting an earth sign for sure. I mean, it could be any sign, like I said, but you have a lot of Taurus showing up here, but take it how it resonates. That could be a person that you marry. There's been like a lot of crazy marriage vibes in all the readings. It's funny because, as I've been saying, in the 2022 yearly readings I did, I knew that there's going to be a lot of love. I literally said it in all of those readings that I felt like the end of the year was going to be crazy for love, and it pretty much has been. With the 3 of Wands, you have the 2 of Swords. I feel like you need to go somewhere you've never been before, is what I would say. 2 of Swords is like staying in a comfort zone. She has a new island behind her here, and she needs to go to that new island because there's new stuff over there. There's new experiences. She's basically sitting where she's always been. I always say her ass hurts. She's been sitting on that hard marble bench for too long. She needs to go experience new things, right? And so I feel you just need new experiences. With the Hierophant, you have the 2 of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. So again, make sure you're staying in like a positive energy at this time. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Maiden card. It says a new relationship blossoms. What do you know? There you go. So definitely could be a new relationship coming in for you. You also have the Siren. It says a temptation may lead you astray. So make sure not to be tempted, right? Make sure to stay the course. Make sure to stay on the path that you're on right now. I kind of feel that what this is kind of referring to is the first card, Nine of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. I feel what you need to do is if you meet a new person, just make sure to put up some boundaries. We're not talking about, being standoffish or anything like that. What I'm talking about is I feel that Siren card could say like, sometimes we get into relationships and we lose ourselves. We don't do the things we once enjoyed. We don't, maybe we allow a person to affect our work or the things that we're doing in life. So I don't think you have to be like, overly paranoid about this or anything. But if you meet a new person, I feel like that Siren card is saying, make sure that you're not making concessions just to be with a person, right? It's like sometimes I think we make mistakes where we get into a relationship and we start making some sacrifices that we shouldn't make, right? But we do it for that person. And I kind of feel that here where it's like saying, guess what? Number one, I feel like this person, you won't have to with this person, but maybe you just, because of past relationships, you're in that zone where you're thinking like, oh, I have to make the sacrifice or whatever. I kind of feel like this is saying don't. I feel as long as you lay out your expectations and everything up front in a relationship, I always say no expectations in relationships, but let's face it, we all have expectations in relationships. I think it's impossible for humans not to have expectations, right? So I think as long as we put these things out front, and we also, again, I kind of feel this could be one of those things where you really like this person, but maybe their life is kind of going one way, you're going another way, and instead of like just going with them, I feel like this is saying like, no, how can you kind of either come to an agreement, or maybe it's just not meant to work out and this is something short term, but that's going to be up to you to decide. I kind of feel like this is asking you to stay strong, right? I also feel for those of you who are working towards something that you're passionate about, Ace of Wands here, I feel like you need to stay focused and not give up. You could be in a little bit of a moon period, like I said, where you're not sure if you're going to be able to do something. So intuitively, I feel like if you're not sure if you're going to be able to complete something or do something, like a personal project, a business, something that you've been working towards, this to me is saying stay strong. You literally end with the Strength card, and I definitely feel it's saying don't give up. You have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores, so I do feel there are some kind of like improvements coming in for you here as well, Scorpio. Maybe some, and again, some of you could be making an unexpected move here. You could literally be moving, but I also feel this could be like deciding to cut something out, like a job or a business or something you've been doing, but you're kind of moving towards something better, it looks like. Look, with the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. This is like walking away from things that no longer serve you. And that's what I would do here, is I would make sure that you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. So how many eights here? 2 eights. I feel for a lot of you, again, Eight of Swords is like only seeing one way of doing things. So I would stay open to kind of like multiple ways of doing pretty much everything in your life. I feel like that's going to lead to the most success for sure. I would also say here that I kind of feel that this is saying, again, if you meet a person and you feel like you're kind of both, I just have this story popping into my head where you meet a person, you like them, you're both going in different directions, but really, I feel if you kind of stay open to all the possibilities, where there's a will, there's a way. And didn't you have, yes, you have the Submission card as your first card, which, like I said, this bird is in a cage, but the door is open. And the Eight of Swords is like very similar. It's like kind of like the door is open. There's no swords in front of her. She could easily set herself free, but she just needs to do it. With the Six of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. See, I'm wondering if this actually, what's surprising is that you're setting yourself free. I feel like you could be setting yourself free from something also that once was a temptation, like a past person, and you could be moving on from it completely. I feel like you're listening to your own heart here, Scorpio, as well. So definitely, definitely really like this. Next, in the area of what is coming towards you, you have this Scarab card. It says nourishment and transformation. You also have this Bear. It says strength and resourcefulness. Love it. definitely really good. So I feel you could be going through like a major transformation in your life, and you're going to become more resourceful, obviously, because of it. With that Six of Swords, I kind of get the feeling that some of you could be maybe like moving somewhere, which is a transformation, but you could also be moving somewhere that's like cheaper and better, and maybe get a job that pays you more. So kind of like a win-win-win type of situation going on here. So that's what I feel is coming towards you. You have the Nine of Cups, the Temperance card, and the Queen of Swords. I do feel like, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, I do feel like a Queen of Swords type person could be coming towards you. I feel like this person's like cautious. I feel like they're like open to love. I feel like they need to be thought out for sure. I feel this person needs to do, I kind of feel that you're going to be patient with this person, but I would also say, I think this person needs to also kind of like get moving as far as thawing out is concerned if they want something serious. So you might have to have a conversation with this person and be like, look, like, do you want this or not, right? And, it might get to that point. Does this have to be a bad thing? No. But I also feel like you just don't want to waste your time. With that bear energy, I feel like you're much, for whatever reason, on that card, I feel like you've gone through a transformation, and I feel if you have a conversation with this person, maybe they'll wake up and they'll be like, oh, there's no reason for me to be guarded in a connection, but you're definitely could be dealing with a person who has some boundaries up. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is a transformation, so definitely going through a major transformation at this time. Temperance is kind of card of temperance, being patient. You have the Strength card in the same diagonal here, Scorpio, going up this way. And so I feel you've been very patient, and I also kind of feel there's like a lot of luck and rewards coming in for you because of your patience with the Nine of Cups. I also feel like you have stayed positive. The Nine of Cups, like I said, is an energy of bathing in the energy of some things that you want. And I kind of feel like the universe sees that you've been staying in an energy for the most part, and it's almost like you've had faith, so you could be being rewarded for having faith. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. If this is love, I feel like this is something you've asked for. So you have the Page of Pentacles twice, and this is definitely a new person. Could be communication coming in from this person as well, but I feel like it's like a person you've prayed for or hoped for that's entering into your life here. With the Temperance card, you have the Judgment card. I also feel like you could be discovering your purpose at this time as well. And it could be you discovering your purpose through a transformation, meaning maybe you go for, like, through a move, you move somewhere, and maybe you discover, like, what you're truly meant to do because of the move. There's some sort of catalyst here. That's, like, the word that I'm looking for with this Judgment card. Something is happening to you. I don't know. I really can't grab onto it. Sometimes I think we're just not meant to know, like, what is happening, but, I would be on the lookout. You might, like, move somewhere, maybe you get a job somewhere, and you, like, fall in love with the business, and then you decide to start your own, or something like that. Jesus, there you go, right? I don't even know why my alarm is on. I've been up for hours, Scorpio. But what I would say here is that, again, I feel like something happens, and there's your sign right there, right? It's like something happens that wakes you up to a purpose, It's like one of those things. I used to work at a coffee shop. I remember I worked with this kid once who, like, was kind of like, didn't really like it at first, but then he ended up opening his own coffee shop because he fell in love with it. That's what I mean by a catalyst. It's like, him doing that is the thing that led to him doing what he wanted to do, right? So there's like something happening here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Swords. I don't know. I feel like this person needs to wake up if this is a new person who's acting like the Queen of Swords. I do feel like they could have been hurt a lot, but, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this person here, Scorpio, if I'm being honest with you. So if you're meeting a new person and if you like them, and if you can tell that they're being a little bit cold in the connection, I feel it is a protection mechanism, right? And so I would just like maybe communicate with the person, here. And I feel like if you do that, if you like the person, again, trust me, I totally get not wanting to put that type of work in and just being like, whatever, forget it. I get it. But if you like this person, then I would say there needs to be something needs to happen here, some communication or something. This person could just be a little stuck with the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Wands kind of coming up together right here. But I feel like it's a good person, going to the Page of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. I feel like they just have to get away from this energy right here. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Love it. You also have this Grasshopper. It says situation in the balance that requires careful handling. So I feel you have to be patient in work and business with your career and money. It's kind of interesting. You have that Knight of Wands showing up in this last row. I feel like this Knight of Wands is the thing that is going to require careful handling. But you have the Strength card, Knight of Wands, and the Fool. I feel the Knight of Wands sometimes, it's just pure desire. We have to move towards our desires with the Knight of Wands to be successful. And, you know, I feel for some of you, that's the balance here, meaning that, you know, maybe you're having to operate your business more from your intuition or from your desire, meaning that the Knight of Wands, he wants to do something, so he does it, but he might not have anything to compare it against. Like, let's say you're starting a business and you want to try something new in the business. Maybe no one's done it before, so you have nothing to compare it to. He just trusts his heart, right? He just trusts he desires to do something, so he does it. But again, the one thing that would stop him is if he thinks, well, no one else has done it, so maybe it won't work. But really, truly, in his highest vibrational form, he's not afraid to experiment. He's not afraid to be wrong, and he's not afraid to look wrong. I keep encouraging people to be wrong right now because, you know, we're entering into the age of Aquarius, and I think the biggest thing, the thing that feels like a risk right now the most is the risk of exposure, the risk of being wrong, the risk of being exposed for being wrong or something like that. So I keep encouraging people to not be afraid to be wrong because, again, yeah, you know, you have the risk of exposure. Yes, absolutely, that risk exists. But at the same time, it's like that's where you're going to discover your successes. You have the Strength card. Again, I feel like you're kind of being rewarded for being strong for a long period of time. If you've been through a lot of negative relationships, this could be like a really good relationship coming in for you, clearly. But it's almost like you've earned it. And you also have the Fool. So I would take the leap of faith. I do feel that, you know, again, take out how it resonates, whoever this person is right here. I do feel that someone is going to be taking the risk to open up. So again, if you're meeting a new person, maybe they start off a little bit slow, but I do feel that they are going to open up to this connection. With the Strength card, you have the Page of Swords here. I feel that you need to be like a detective. Anything you're interested in, I would look into it as much as possible. Page of Swords, to me, he really looks into things. You know, he really studies, and maybe that's not the right word, but he's not afraid to explore new ideas, and that's what I would be doing if I were you, for sure. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's also a card of drawing a line in the sand. So, in kind of putting up boundaries, like I said, we talked about boundaries with that Nine of Wands, that maybe you need to kind of express some, but it's not just boundaries that are popping into my head. That's the thing. It's kind of like boundaries and desires and expectations, right? I feel like sometimes if we just get those things out up front in a relationship and be like, my expectations are this, what are your expectations? Because, you know, if we want our expectations met, we might also have to meet someone else's, right? And I feel if more people did that, probably lead to like actually relationships that actually work, right? With the Fool, you have the Magician. This is definitely a new beginning here. Two cards of a new beginning. I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to, which is this one right here. You have the Serpent. It says a sly, subtle approach is needed. The Magician also has a snake wrapped around his waist, which is the Ouroboros, and it represents reinvention. You're clearly going through a transformation. For others, you know, again, I do get something here about like, if you're working on a new business or a new business idea, it might be one of those things where, you know, lately I've just noticed there seems to be an energy of like keeping things to yourself, just so that like, you know, someone doesn't like hate on your idea, right, and ruin it. So I would be careful of that. But other than that, looks pretty good here, Scorpio. So we're gonna pull your 5 main themes here. You start off with the dogs. It says getting together with friends. So socializing might be a good idea for you, or it might be a good time to socialize. Next, you have this younger man, and it could be any gender. I don't attach gender to my cards. I always pull an extra card when I get one of these man, woman, whatever cards, and you have this vase. It says secret admirer. You have the Page of Swords. Someone could have their eye on you. You could have your eye on someone else as well. Take it how it resonates. But I feel if you have a secret admirer, I don't know, I feel like you would like each other. It's probably this person right here, this Queen of Swords. That could explain why they're so slow moving. Maybe they have their eye on you, but they're also kind of getting over something, so they're kind of waiting, or it's you. You have this axe. It says forces working against you. I don't really feel there are forces working against you. I feel like these forces are in your mind, is what I would say. That temptation card, I would avoid temptation at all cost, meaning that the temptation that you're avoiding here is like moon, getting off your path. Again, if you set a goal, work straight towards it. Don't get off your path. Don't, you know, see things through to the end. That's what I'm getting there. I'm going to pull an extra one for that. And you have younger women, dealing with relationships with a younger woman. So it could be people who are kind of trying to get you off your path. Again, I would be careful who you share your ideas with. You have this tulip. It says great passion. You have the Ace of Wands here. Again, all the readings are about passion. I think it's just a sign of the times, right? I feel it just has to do with the astrology. I think everybody's being kind of guided to work on their passions or something that they're passionate about. You also have this dog close-up card. It says pleasure with a close friend. Again, some of you, love could be coming in through a close friend. So it could be a close friend. Could also be a person who feels like a close friend, or maybe you meet this person, you're like immediately friends, something like that. Definitely popping into my head. Really good socializing energy here as well. But this looks really good here, Scorpio, so thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.